Welcome back, my friends. Welcome back. Scotty the Trucker coming to you from a rest area outside of Fredericksburg, in my home state. You know, I'm almost home. This is my last load on the way home. Just a quick recap since the last time we spoke. Oh, for one thing, the most important thing, I have had my country fried steak. Actually, I've had two good breakfasts, but one was country fried steak. And I will definitely endorse this place. I was in Morris, Illinois, and there's a TA there. And I'm usually not a big TA guy. I like the parking lots, nice, big, easy to park parking lots. And nothing terrible about them. They're just usually, they're in dire need of upgrading or updating, I guess is the better word for it. That's the thing. Most TAs are fine, but they just kind of need some updating to keep up with the other brands, I guess. But man, this one was good. This one had steak and cheese, a Charlie steak and cheese, which I also like. But it had a diner in there called the R Place, letter R Place. Oh man, it was good. It was kind of fancy for a truck stop, to be honest, but it was it had a whole lot of, you know, the decor in there was, like I said, a little fancy, but it had a lot of antiques, particularly Disney antiques, which I'm a big Disney fan, so I enjoyed the decor in there. Now, talk about fate. This place on the menu doesn't have country fried steak. It was a special that particular day, so take that, universe. Fate was in my favor that day. So and not only was it good, it was, I think, homemade. The gravy, at least, seemed homemade. It wasn't your typical like really white sausage you get most places. This one had like big chunks of sausage, and it was a little darker. I think it was homemade. If it wasn't, it was damn good brand. So finally got my chicken fried. Oh, that reminds me, I just almost messed up and said chicken fried steak. Controversy has hit my channel yet again. It seems through the comments I've noticed that I think our my whatever it is now, 860 subscribers, 862, something like that, is divided. We're no longer unified under a common interest. I guess we got the common interest, but I've noticed we've been taking sides. I've gotten a lot of comments about my use of country fried steak instead of chicken fried steak. Now, I'm firmly, and I think people have drawn a line in the sand and have firmly are one way or the other, you know, and they're not having it the other way. Now, in Virginia, and I've grown up, chicken and country, the words are interchangeable as it relates to this particular meal. However, for me, there's nothing chicken about this meal. It's a steak that's deep fried with a breading. There's no chicken involved, and therefore, and in my opinion, the word chicken and steak should not be in the same title of one food. No, thank you. So country fried steak it is, and that's the side I'm taking. And just to bring it home, bam, straight from the Denny's menu, country fried steak. So there you have it. I hope that we can all get through this, especially over the holidays, and come together as friends. In the end, it's just a breakfast. We'll be okay. But yeah, I've had that. All right, all over the place. Let's see, what am I doing? Like I said, this is my trip home. Oh, before this, I took a few videos. I've had a few cool things happen. Well, I had the R Place was good, and then the following day I ended up at the world's largest truck stop, Iowa 80, and I went in. Those of you that have been with me, I did a full tour video where I started at the truck in the parking lot and did one shot walking down, you know, into the place, up and down every aisle, into the restaurants, all that. And this time I didn't feel like I needed to do that degree of a tour. So I just kind of took snippets here and there. And once I sat down to do the video and edit it together, it was just kind of a mess. So I didn't do anything from there. I did use the truck wash there, the Truckomat at the Iowa 80. Good washout, man. They did good. But yeah, so anyway, I spent 24 hours at this Iowa 80, not by choice. This week, and I talked about my stellar week where I basically the check deposit. And again, it goes in a few different buckets before it makes its way home. But I had made 5,000 plus in that really good week. This one's not going to be that good. I'm feeling the slowdown this week. There's just a lot of waiting. When I was at that TA, I had, and it was why I went to Iowa 80. I had a day and a half. I had gotten my load on time. I got it as I was leaving my last 90 before that. But the pickup at my 01 wasn't for like a day and a half to 2 days later. It was a long wait. So I decided the Iowa 80 was a little tiny bit of a detour from the route, but if I'm going to be sitting for 24 hours, may as well be Iowa 80. So that's what I did. I went up to Iowa 80 and spent 24 hours there. Although, I did eat, I ate at the restaurant there that evening and the following morning. I think I did the buffet both times. Yeah, the morning I did the buffet. It's good food there. I enjoyed it. Other than that, that's about it. I didn't do any shopping. I don't think I bought some drinks. That's about it. But the last 2 times I've been to Iowa 80, I've been able to leave there without buying basically anything. I'm still doing pretty good on the watching the money thing. So, but it's a fun place to be, even if you spend most of it in the truck, which I did. All right, so here I am heading from, I was Maryland, like I said, Monrovia, something like that in Maryland, and I had again another wait. I got my 01 was Monrovia, but I had like a day and a half, 2 days. I picked up my load last night. I've got all day today to sit, and the first of 2 deliveries isn't until tomorrow at 6 o'clock p.m. And then there's another last delivery closer to where I live, Mechanicsville. That's like maybe half hour, 45 minutes from where I live. So a lot of sitting around on this one too. I was at what was it? It was one of those the big service plazas on the north side of Baltimore last night. Can't remember the name, which one it is. There's like 3 or 4 of them in a row. It was not Maryland House, not Chesapeake, not the one before that. It was whatever the first in that string heading south. Not bad, not great, but anyway, yeah, this one's taking me home. I do my two deliveries tomorrow evening, and then I can take my empty. Once again, it's kind of the standard whenever I go home. They get me as close as they can with the delivery, and then I take the empty and drop it off at Anheuser-Busch, right beside Busch Gardens. And again, that's about half hour from where I live. So that's it. I'll be heading home, and I'm taking a little longer this time. I think it's 12 days. That's the longest I've been off. And right after the week or two after the breakdown a while back, I talked to my wife. I told her, I don't see taking a whole lot off for Christmas, but turned it around real quick. Things are looking good. My accounts have been beefed up since then, and so I was going to take 2 full weeks. Not doing quite that, but not a bad little break, so it'll be nice. Can't wait to see my kids and my wife and my parents and a few other relatives, my sister, my cousins I'll probably bump into. It's the one time a year we get everybody together, so I'm looking forward to that. I'll probably do some kind of videos or video from home. I want to do I've talked about it in a few episodes way back. I don't think I've mentioned it in a while, but I want to do another playlist where I revisit I think it was 3rd video that I ever did. I think it was, or early on, it was the decision, and that's where I kind of just laid it all out there, why I've chosen to leave a really good job for trucking and Prime. And I went through, to me, it was 3 different areas of life that were just all in the ditch, basically. And I said that it took all 3 of those to be off course for me to finally say enough is enough. I'm tapping out of this and doing something different. And I go through those 3 things, Now I'm going to split those up over the course of several, probably many different little videos. I hope I can keep my my babbling to a minimum, but I want to chop it all up since I've gotten basically a year of hindsight that I can lend to that. I'll go through that video, each little piece, and talk about whether I was right or wrong back then, how my perception didn't match reality, you know, how this or that from trucking was not what I expected. But with that benefit of hindsight, I think maybe this will help the fence sitters. And again, I'm not trying to push one way or the other on the fence. I want y'all to make an informed decision, whether that is towards trucking or towards something else that's not trucking, or sticking with what you're doing. Again, you know, if you're coming trucking, I want to be of help best I can. And I don't hate money. I'm fine with the referral. I'm honored whenever anybody puts me down as a referral, but I also got to look myself in the mirror. And I do not want to just promote. Prime's great, Prime's great, Prime's great, and trucking is for everybody. I'm not going to do that. I'm trying my best to give you the good, the bad, and the ugly, both ways on, you know, how this has gone for me. And it hasn't been a cakewalk. So anyway, I'll leave it at that. Those of you that have been with me the whole time, this is probably not going to be a whole lot new, because it's all stuff that I've covered in snippets along the way. But I'll put it all in a nice package and talk about each little thing, you know, my perception of how things have gone now that I'm about a year out from the beginning of this channel. I think that's it. Can't think of anything else. Truck's been running great. Been kind of busy up until this week. I've been as busy as they will let me be, but like I said, this has been a week of not delays, but a lot of time on these loads. But in this last one, same as that, but I don't know about the other truckers. It's hard to decline, not that I haven't declined anything yet, but it's hard to decline a load that's taking you home, you know. You kind of got to take what you can get. At least that's my perception of it. But yeah, I haven't declined any loads yet. There was one that I don't even call it declined. I was given a load that was impossible not kind of sort of impossible. It was impossible based on my clock. They had one of those short little runs close to Salt Lake City. Like they needed something moved for it was like 100 miles out from Salt Lake City terminal. And I told them I'm not going to even make it to the terminal tonight. It would be tomorrow, and that wasn't. They had to move this then. So kind of say I declined that, but it was an impossibility. So I don't consider that a decline. So anyway, so far I just take everything again. I'm glad I did. You know, I started off the first few months. They ran me all the Northeast, which was something I was nervous about. So I think there's something to be said to, you know, being thrown to the wolves and, you know, having to learn quickly the things that make you nervous. You know, this Beltway run, before trucking, I used to get nervous as crap the few times I ever had to run through Baltimore and Washington. This is not a fun little corridor. But I've done it in a truck now probably 6 times, something like that. And everything gets easier every time you do it. So I'm glad it happened that way. All right, guys, next time you see me will probably be from home. Again, I'm going to do that playlist, but I'll probably just do kind of a summary, and for those that are interested, I'll bring you into some of our Christmas festivities, because you know, those of you that are only here to look at trucker pay stubs and, you know, hear someone griping about Prime and this and that, not really your channel. We do more than trucking here. We're going to have some fun, and so I like to put in just my life. It's a vlog about bettering oneself in every area that they can. Trucking is just one of them. So I'll bring you into my home time as well, best I can. All right, guys, I will talk to you soon. I think today is Thursday or Wednesday. Wednesday. Oh, yep, today's Wednesday. Hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday, and hope you're well. And talk to you soon. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. We'll talk to each other